Welcome to another podcast of Master Investor. Glad to be here again. Today's theme is going to be about leverage. Leverage is the second most important word in business language. Without leverage, an entrepreneur, an investor can never become wealthy due to the fact that we must learn how to control leverage when doing business if we wish to have a sane and sound business. The reason why it's so important is because today's money is debt. After 1971, when President Nixon separated the gold standard from the dollar, money became an idea, became monopoly money. It became fiat money. And from that point on, the Federal Reserve Bank, which is not federal, it's not a reserve because there's nothing in there, right? Because after 1971, the gold was separated, so there's nothing in that reserve. Today's money is pretty much created with a click of a button, and it appears on a screen. It's digital and it's invisible. So money's an idea backed up by confidence at the end of the day. And because of that, debt became king and savers became losers after 1971. Rules of money changed from that point on. Moving forward, it was all about, and it is still all about, using leverage by acquiring debt. And there are two types of debt, good debt and bad debt. Here at Master Investor, we talk about the difference of them too, because there lays where the biggest misconception is about how we can get wealthy fast. And because of leverage and because money became debt after 1971, became fiat money, became an idea, then we can literally get wealthy fast because we don't have to do very much to start creating positive cash flow, which is passive income, okay? And cash flow is the most important word in the business language, and it's all about words at the end of the day, because money is an idea backed up by confidence. Then money is knowledge, right? Knowledge is money. So knowledge is words. And we have about 500,000 words in the English dictionary. Part of that portion is dedicated for business language. And so just like the doctor has his own dialogue, his own terminology in that area, in that industry, then the same happens with the entrepreneur and investor and the wealthy person. We have a business section of words, and they are free. So what I'm saying is that we have plenty of room to learn new words every day by educating ourselves, self-educated, right? And paying for courses if we need to obtain a course that helps us get to our end goal faster, because it's all about information. It's about debt, using good debt. And it's all about information because in 1989, we went from the industrial age to the information age. So debt is king, and now information is king, right? So the difference between good debt and bad debt, very simple. One puts money in our pocket, and that one gets paid with somebody else's money, right? And the bad debt gets paid with our own money, and it takes money out of our pocket every single month because it does not produce any income. It may produce for somebody else's asset column because we're buying something that is a liability for our financial statement. So it takes money out of our pockets, we draw, but it's in somebody else's asset column. Maybe we bought a pair of shoes that does not, serve, anything but to wearing once in a while. And maybe we could have adjusted better on that and use part of the debt to get some shoes and the rest to build the business or build the website or build something that produces fast cash flow that can pay back the debt, can pay back the shoes, and put money on our pocket every single month, every single day, when sales are being sold and being happening worldwide, even while we're asleep, because we have a system of systems working together doing the selling and telling for us. So an entrepreneur never graduates. We don't have a graduation date. We're still learning every single day something new, because we understand there's so much to know and there's so little that we know. And we are generalists, right? And we hire and we get partnerships with specialists, people that are super specialized in one thing. And we entrepreneurs and as a master investor, which is an inside investor, we here learn how to be generalists. We know a little bit about everything, and we keep it super simple. Remember, we keep it super simple. Simplicity is king. So that is king, right? Information is king. And so if we can organize information and monetize it and put it in a package and monetize it, we already have a business. And we have a digital publishing business, which today people, we pay for information, organize information. Why? Because it's the information age. After 1989, we enter the information age, from the industrial age, where everything became from visible to the invisible. We have to become aware of seeing things with our mind rather than with our eyes, and seeing businesses with our mind rather than with our eyes. So a master investor is an inside investor ultimately, and we learn how to build the business, we learn how to build the brand, we learn how to put the components and the elements around the business that makes the business be an autopilot business, where it's working to do what it's supposed to do, to solve a problem, right? To provide a solution to the marketplace, and that people can repeat the process and can be passed on word of mouth, because the product is doing what it's supposed to do, which is solve an issue, a problem, right, in the marketplace. So we have to, as entrepreneurs, have an eye for opportunity. We have to have an eye for problems, right? We have to be willing to solve and think of solutions and be the bigger person to rise above the noise, so that we can feel the need in the marketplace. Listen to our customers. The one thing we must understand besides cash flow and leverage is that customer service is key. Today, a business without a good customer service may not survive very long, because we appreciate that. That's why we do business with big companies, with Amazon and others alike to Amazon, because they have great customer service. We can call and get in touch with somebody. We can send an email, get a response within 24 hours. And so when we are building a business or a brand, we got to keep in mind that one of those important elements to make it successful is also have a great team and have great customer service, okay, which follows under that team, right? So everybody is supposed to be quality people. So acquire quality people. Never be too afraid to pay extra to acquire somebody that has more knowledge or has more experience, and that is worth and is priceless, because the experience, the real experience that the individual, the specialist bring onto the table is unmatchable with anything else. And it's hard sometimes, in many occasions, it's hard to find people that have the experience and have the real knowledge of what they're supposed to do, what we want done in our business. So, but keep an eye for opportunity, keep an eye for problems, and let's think of solutions and how we can serve that to more people faster, right? And online allows us to, digital access allows us to serve people fast at the same time. They don't have to wait in line. They can all be buying it at the same time. 100 people, 1,000,000 people, doesn't matter the amount. Everybody can literally buy the product at the same time if we position ourselves correctly and we understand the basic things. Everything's all about basics. It's about going back to how to do things and compounding that information and becoming better at what we do, which is become generalist, know a little bit about everything, right? And then let the specialists do the hard work and make them work towards our vision and have a mission that fuels them every day to thrive towards that vision and the ultimate goal that we want the company to represent. The brand has to be very clear when we build a business, and when we build anything, it has to be clear to the customer, to the person that's looking at it, to the bankers, to everybody. Think of the big picture, not so much about how you like and what you like, and start thinking for how the customers will like, and what is best for them, and how can this be universal and be, and can be eye-catchy for everybody. So a good brand is remarkable, right? So leverage, important with building a business, using good debt. That's how we use leverage, using other people's money, OPM, other people's time, OPT, using systems of systems. That is all leverage, right? Using other people's brains to help us become better and become more successful is important, okay? So actually, we always seeking information to become better, and we always have our cup empty, right? A master investor always has the cup empty, and we always seeking information to fill it in with, and then empty it again, and we want more information, a little bit about this. Okay, we empty again, a little more information about that, and then we start working to put a team together, right? And around a business so that we can serve a purpose, serve a solution into the marketplace. So use leverage. And also, let me point this out, that we don't have to build the business to be investors or inside investors. We can raise money immediately. We can find and become investors, and we can be investors without owning a business, without building a business. So, but I encourage everyone to at least know exactly how to build a business and so forth, because otherwise it will be very hard to tell what's a good investment and what's not a good investment. And that gives us an advantage when we know the elements of a good business and how it's built. So don't get discouraged, because if you don't want to build a business or a brand, that is okay. You can start investing, and you can start making money work hard for you in order for you to get wealthy and get that cash flow coming in, passive income. That's what you will be acquiring, assets that produce passive income. They're called freedom units, as we call it here in Master Investor. Freedom unit are assets because they ultimately produces cash flow, money that comes in without working, and it gives us freedom because it prints money every week, every month, hopefully forever. That's the whole purpose, to have an asset. But some assets are only good for 6 months, maybe a year, but we know that information right from the beginning. So investing can be very complex, but at the same time, at the end of the day, good investing, great investing is very simple. We know all the details. We know exactly. It's very calculated, and the risk goes. The smarter we are, it goes lower and lower. The more educated we are financially, and the more experience we have, and the better team we have, our risk goes lower, and the investment and the performance go higher. The cash flow becomes higher. Taxes drop to zero. Everything becomes very nice because this country and the laws are for the entrepreneurs and investors. So with that being said, it's about cash flow. It's about leverage. Remember, good debt and bad debt. Use leverage to take ourselves to the next level financially. It's all about freedom, which comes from financial freedom. Retire young and retire rich and wealthy, because wealth is measured in time, not in dollars. It's about how much time can we live without working, but keeping the same standard of living that we like to have. And that amount of time, that's how wealthy we are. If it's a year, if it's 3 months. And a lot of times, entrepreneurs can never become a master investor or truly an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, because they never know or they never learn how to live without a paycheck. Maybe they do it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they panic. And we must know how to spend money even when we don't have money. We must know how to make great decisions and move without money. without panicking of not having an ordinary income. We must learn how to live and how to survive and thrive without an ordinary income, and only few can ever do that. So, but it doesn't mean that it's impossible, because if one person can do it, then we all can do it. It's just that some people can never acquire the principles that allows them to be strong enough to jump from that wagon, that slow track, the rat race, and then start really learning how to make money work hard for them, how to use debt, how to use credit to create cash flow, okay? And start doing less and making more. All right, that's it for today. Glad to be here on another episode. I'll see you and I will speak to you tomorrow. Thank you for being part of our community. Have a great day. Master Investor, bringing you the good news and bad news of money.